Hello, I am Quinny. Welcome to the channel, guys. In this video today, we're going to be talking about how to actually win playing Sorare fantasy football for the 22-23 season. The upcoming season is going to be like no other season that has gone before it, with the amount of prizes that should be available, the amount of competitions that we can enter, as well as all the different game modes that play to different strengths of different managers and optimise gameplay for a wide variety of budgets up and down the leaderboards. I've been playing Sorare now for over 2 years, and every week and every month there's just more and more new people that are breaking into podiums, breaking into amazing prize pool rewards from grafting their club, really knowing their cards, really knowing the fixtures and really working their way up. But equally, I've never found it as difficult to actually break into those situations for myself and for newcomers as well. The bar on success has never been higher, but are the rewards there to match it? In the video today, we'll be breaking down all of that for the different scarcities, the different competitions, exactly what you need to know, exactly what it takes to go on and pull wins, as well as just what we think about the competitions and the prize pools in general as we find them today. At any point in the video, if you laugh, you learn, you like something or whatever, please do like and subscribe, share and retweet, do anything you can to support the channel. Goes a long way, and I'll do my best to continue to help you. Stay out of trouble, and let's get stuck into it. If you could, hit the subscribe button. I do daily global football content, everything from Wonder Kids and Rising Star Managers to fantasy football and watch-alongs. The most popular content on the channel is transfer insights, Celtic analysis and Sorare tutorials. If you are new to Sorare and you haven't opened your account yet, there's a link in the description of this video. By clicking on that link, you'll get yourself a free limited card once you've bought 5 from the market, supporting all the content on Quinny 3001 and Sorare TV, and I thank you in advance if you do so. If you do have any further questions or need any advice, then just reach out to me in the comment section of the video. I think we'll start off with the absolute easiest place in the world to actually go on and guarantee victory, to go on and guarantee results, no matter what your budget is, no matter how long you've been playing the game. The absolute easiest place to go out every week and have frustration-free fun, as well as having a tangible, guaranteed opportunity to go and pull out prizes and pull out rewards. And that is the Casual League. This is completely free to play, of course. It's only for common cards, which are all the white ones. And if you finish in the top 100, you'll win a real limited card that you can sell into the market or whatever. But as you can see, 100% of entrants will win something. So every week when you play this, you will get more and more common cards for free. These are non-tradable items. You can't sell them into the market or use them for anything other than the Casual League or the Academy. Now, the Academy for me, if I was getting really frustrated, if I was on a low gallery, if I had a small account and I was getting really frustrated with trying to break in to different divisions and different prize rewards, this is the region I would be exploring the most, because the way it works, if you're not familiar, is you can play 3 commons and 2 limiteds, okay? Now, the limiteds get a 40% multiplier, and as you can see here, the prize pool is set upon fixing a score. So it doesn't matter how many entrants there are, it doesn't matter how good that Bayern Munich score or any of these things. If you break 410 points, you'll get a tier 3 limited, and these guys come in a wide range of shapes and sizes and values, and it really is your potluck on if it's somebody decent or somebody rubbish. Or if you break 450 points, we're then getting into the tier 2s, and to be quite honest with you, like if you were to win any of these out of the Academy, like Rodrigo De Paul, a Christian Burgess, a very good centre back, John Poolskamp, I think that's an under 23 goalkeeper, Lucas Hoyos is a playing goalkeeper. These items are typically quite expensive and very useful for SO5. Nico Elvelde, one of the most highly sought after young centre backs in Europe not that long ago, Conrad Leimer, the captain of Marseille here, Rongier, very decent actual tier 2 pool. Kalina, one of the best value goalkeepers in MLS, Remy Bensebaini, Matthias Cunha. There is a bit of luck involved here as well. Danilo at Juventus. There is some other guys here who are not quite as attractive or not as household names. Mickey Yaman, he's an absolute killer on SO5. He's a really good card in this game. So what would it actually take to get 450 points and grab one of those tier 2 limiteds using free common cards, which are free? You get them for free by playing the Casual League, and you get them when you sign up, of course, we all know that. And 2 limited cards, which you can choose. You can go into the market and you can buy any 2 limiteds that you want to plug into that competition. If you're going to have 3 bang average commons, and what I say by bang average is, maybe they're getting in around an average of 65 across the 3 of them, you would then need 2 limiteds that would smash out an average of 91. Now, that's not any easy feat, and you're not going to find limiteds that will smash out 91 on command come by very cheap. But we're relying on really poor commons in that situation. If we have slightly better commons and we can get 3 commons to average a 75-point score, a really good goalkeeper clean sheet, and then a couple of guys with decisives and a decent AA game, then we would only need the limiteds to average 80 points, and that would get us up to the 450 mark where we're in amongst those tier 2 limited rewards. The main caveat with playing this division, the Academy of course, is that if you play this, you cannot play any division above this. You can't play limited anything, you can't play rare anything, super rare of course, and all the rest. So this is really designed as a kind of progress bar to help people like level up their limiteds, because the limiteds now can be played with super rares, the limiteds can be played with uniques, they can be played with rares. Limiteds are the most fertile scarcity. They go all across all the different competitions that we've got in the platform at the moment. So if you're finding that a lot of just limited competitions, that's all you're entering, are far too tough, then I would definitely be exercising this once in a while and seeing exactly, especially if you have really powerful commons. If you have like common Kimmich and Mbappe and these types of elite, I'm talking about average commons or above average commons, but if you have elite commons and you're messing about with limiteds and not getting very far, I would do the maths on this again, and I would see what your odds are of breaking 450 with 2 limiteds that will have a multiplier of over 40% on them. After that, to be honest with you, the next best place we're going to be looking for wins is the underdog competitions. Now basically every underdog competition is only 4 a side, okay, but so we've got limited, rare and super rare here. So you will play 4 limited cards or 4 rares or 4 super rares or whatever, but you'll also play a 5th card that's not this same colour or this same scarcity. That card will score 0 points. Now, if we look at it for limiteds, right, so what most people do, what the conventional wisdom is, you don't play a goalkeeper, you go with 4 outfield cards. Now, because Underdog, these guys are limited to having their form over the last 15 matches being under 50 points. Now, the score matrix is out of 0 to 100, so these guys, their form is bang average, if not poor. So, conventional wisdom again, we want these guys to be capable of breaking that average, getting above 60, getting above 70 points. And if you have guys that qualify in that kind of region and they've got maybe a really good fixture, or maybe they qualify for that because they've been suspended or injured or some sort of other circumstances have allowed that to happen. The top 20 get star limiteds. The top 115 will get a tier 1 limited. The top 900 people will win something of some description. And this competition can be very fruitful. It can be very competitive some game weeks as well, don't get me wrong. But it is Underdog. So you're not going to be fighting against Kimmich. You're not going to be fighting against Mbappe's or anything like that. You're really just looking for 4 guys that can get a decisive action, like a goal or an assist or something like that. You make the right selection on captain. There's no XP that's going to get in your way either. And, you know, then the sky's the limit, as they say. Now, once we move beyond that, right, getting into specialist, any scarcity, getting into limited, any of the regions, any of the competitions here, same with rare, and maybe not quite the same with super rare because of the way the multipliers work. It's the raw point requirement as you go further up is maybe a little bit less because there's just less of those cards available. But these cards, the multipliers they have, it kind of skews it. So the total point amount, if you look between limiteds, rares and super rares, is they're always around, you know, the very top of the leaderboards, around that kind of 500 mark. But when you've got super rares and uniques multiplying into that to kind of make that possible, yeah, you kind of realise that when you're in limiteds and stuff like that, the points that we're setting out here in the Academy, these are really the points that are really required to have any. In here is really guaranteed. It's guaranteed for real. You win something by hitting these points. But it's almost expected if you hit those points in these other regions you should win something. But it's definitely not a guarantee because if the right amount of footballers all have amazing matches, then it will be so tightly competitive and you might be left disappointed. Conversely to that, if you have the guys that make the difference and really go out and break the leaderboard and really smash out of nowhere and you've got high XP on them, you knew the fixture was a killer, then getting to the top of these leaderboards with some of those cards that we've maybe started with in Underdog and in academies and this kind of thing can, you know, have their day in the sun. But that's all we're talking about here is their day in the sun. The reason that Kimmich's and Mbappe's and whatever dominate the leaderboards so often is because they are the best players in the world for their position and they always, relatively speaking, always have good matches. Once we move into, like I said already, once we move into these proper paid divisions, if you like, where you're playing with 5 cards that are all relatively priced, pretty expensive things, then you really need you need to be breaking 400 to 420 points in a lot of cases to be able to sleep at night thinking, oh yeah, I'll definitely win a reward this game week. Because otherwise, anything less than that, I've won prizes with 350 points, I've won prizes with 380 points at Rare and Rare Pro. Those days are kind of gone, or they're not going to happen unless it's a funny midweek and there's not that many games. The maximum points, if you're playing Rare or you're playing Limited, if you had all the cards at 15% bonus, which is never going to happen, but even if you did manage that, and then you nailed the captain and all 5 of them got 100, even the goalkeeper, and that's not going to happen, the maximum points available is 595. In a realistic world, probably the maximum points available for Limited is maybe like 540, 520, just because goalkeepers are never really going to break past 80, and you're never going to get 15% multipliers on every card. Maybe we'll see a wee bit of that this season, who knows, just the way the transfers work and all that kind of stuff. But with that in mind, if you have that, is really the maximum score anyone can hit without multipliers is about 475 or something like that. Then when we're building our teams, we have to be thinking not by the end of the week, not by the end of the month, not by the end of the season. It can be any length of time depending on how much time you're actually spending playing this game. If you're mad like me and you play it every day, or maybe you play it just at the weekend or whatever. But you need to have that as what the team looks like when it's finished, when that prospect that you're eyeing up for now, that you're buying undervalued, when he does break into the team and becomes the guy that you suspect he will be, he can contribute to that 475 points. The goalkeeper you've got there now, when he comes back into form, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff, because it's always about setting when you're building the team, it's always important that you're setting it against parameters where it will win results. If I'm building a champion rare team and I think, the best thing this could do is 320 points, then I'm on to nothing. If that's the best it's ever going to do and that's the best it ever does, then unfortunately we're not going to win. It's really important that we understand what it takes to win and what winning looks like. I've got 17 teams going out for this game week, and I've very often been saying for the last months, I don't expect 17 teams to win. I expect 1 or 2 teams to come in, and that's it. Because the leaderboards are filled with very smart people that watch lots of football and know exactly who's playing and who's suspended and all the rest of it. And I don't think that I'm any better than the next person, and just because I've got 17 teams and they're all worth something, that they should be guaranteed anything. Really, it's all down to me to pick the right team in the right division and know my guys and know the form and know the fixture and know their fitness, and make it all come together. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys. If you enjoyed the video today, please do like and subscribe, share and retweet, all that good stuff. Stay out of trouble, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.